Hi everyone, it's Shell from Scrap Secrets and welcome back to my channel. Today's day 13 in the 2025 Countdown to Christmas series with Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations. Our technique for today was to create packaging, and I'm going to be using these dies from Honeybee Stamps to create this cute little treat box. So the pattern paper comes from a Hobby Lobby pack. The green is from my stash. And then these dies here are to help you decorate the sides. We're going to be cutting pattern paper with those dies. You cut one of the bottom layer, two of the sides with the hearts, and two of the sides that are smaller. Then you're going to burnish all of these score marks. So you can see here I'm taking my bone folder and going around all of them. There is a tab on all of the sides. These two shorter ones just have one embossed line on it. The larger ones have two embossed lines at the top and then the tab, and then the bottom has 4 tabs. So I'm going to use my ATG and put tape on all 4 of the sides. And I did not do this right. You want to make sure that when you are attaching the tape, I probably should have put the tape on the other side because of the way that I had folded it, but when you put these on, you want to make sure that the tab is on the same exact side for each of them. So if you do it on the left side on the first one, you want to do them left side on every single one of the pieces. So while you're watching me put this together and then put the designer paper on, or the pattern paper on, I thought I'd talk to you a little bit about this series. So Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, which I will have her channel linked below, she and I picked 25 different themes, techniques, color schemes, etc., and put them in a randomizer. And for Mondays and Fridays at 2 o'clock it started in September, and I can't believe we are already halfway done. This is day 13 out of 25 days. So we've officially passed the halfway mark. But until December 22nd, you will get videos from us on the same exact thing, except we have different crafting styles. So you will get a ton of different ideas from us. Marie also has the playlists from previous years linked in her channel, so make sure you check that out. This is our 3rd year doing this together. And I will also have the intro video for the series linked in the more information section. So make sure you go over and check that out if you haven't already. And we are really having a good time doing this. I love being creative. I know I have not had much time lately to do things, but I did take a break from schoolwork and work this weekend, and the girls had their very first showcase. So 4 of the 5 girls were cheering this weekend, so went down and watched that, which was so much fun. And then I did this in the morning and then ended up working pretty much all night. So doing the voiceover really late at night, but wanted to get this done and get this up. Okay, so make sure you go over and check out Marie's channel. So now I'm going around the sides of all of the folds. I'm even folding it down on any of the creases and using some Distress Oxide in pine needles to just go around the edges. I thought that it would give it a little bit more definition. I don't know. I just like the way it looks sometimes. I did happen to put I like the brush mark on it. It's fine. Most of it will get covered up anyway with the pattern paper. So I did do the scallops. So I cut out the pattern paper. I did cut one of them crooked, which was the first one that I did, and I was so mad because I was able to get all of them out of one 6x6 sheet, but I couldn't get another larger one out. If I had done the cutting a little bit of a different way, I probably would have gotten another one. But it's okay. I know it's there, but it's also handmade, and handmade is never perfect, right? So that's the point of handmade. So still going around all the edges, and if I would have actually gone and done the whole panel at the same time, but I didn't think about doing some of the fold lines, and then depending on which way the folds went, I actually went on both sides of some of the folds to put a little bit of shadow or shading on both of the sides. So going around there, and I even do go back into the hearts and put some embossing, oh my goodness, some Distress Oxide there too. Now I'm using my Barely Arts glue to go ahead and attach these. You can turn this around and then just make sure you have the pattern paper the right way. That's what I was doing there. So I end up turning the box every time I go ahead and put the pattern paper down so that it is right side up, so that I don't glue something upside down. When you have a pattern that it matters what direction it goes in, that is very important. So just wanted to glue all these sides together. I like using wet glue for this versus the tape because then you can move it around a little bit. You have a couple of seconds of wiggle room. I forgot to do the top of that, so I'm going to add some Distress Oxide and then put the glue on the rest of it. This was a very quick and easy project to do. You could put some candies in there. I do show you that there is... I used like a medical card, but it's basically the same size as a gift card. So a gift card would fit in here, and you could put some of that like Easter basket grass in there. You could put some tissue paper in there, jewelry, candy. There's a lot of little things that can go in there, especially if it's not really heavy. I wouldn't put a ton of things in there, but if you do like a little candle maybe, I would reinforce the bottom. Now I'm going to put the tape runner on all of the tabs, and then I'm going to make sure that I square up the corners, and once I do that, then I'm going to use my bone folder inside to press it down to make sure that the glue has really good adhesion. You could go ahead and use wet glue here so that you could make sure that it, you have a couple of seconds to move it into the right place. But I did not want to. I just wanted to use the ATG. I felt like that was a little bit easier. So now I'm still using the bone folder, going around all the edges. Like I said, it was really, really easy to put this together. And then the hardest part was figuring out what to do with the tie closure. So this is the paper pack that I used, and that paper kind of coordinates with the one that has the Merry Christmas on it. So I used the pierced one and cut that pattern paper out, and then I went around it. I just made it a little bit larger. That's a piece of scrap gold cardstock that I had. I'm going to glue that down, and then the back of that is white, so you can write on the back of it. Then I found this die, and it was from the stamp set that I used. I think it's from the stamp set I used the other day. Oh yeah, the palm tree. There was like little coconuts, I guess you could put in there, and it was just a circle. I just taped that down and ran it through my die cut machine twice. I ran it through forward and backwards because it was 2 sheets, and the specialty paper sometimes doesn't cut out perfectly. And then I wanted to create a tag. So I found this was lying around, and I thought that I was going to put some red on there because I was like, oh, it's all green and gold. It might need a little bit of red. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I just wasn't feeling it. Did it need a little pop of red, or was the gold threads that I used fine? So these gold threads are actually from the ornaments that I bought for the little Christmas tree that is in my craft room. It came with it, but I also bought little gold hooks. So I decided that, and I didn't realize it until I got to the bottom of the ornaments, and I realized, oh, there's string in there. So what I decided to do was I put that string around the tag, and then I tied it together. I put it in a little bow, and because originally I was going to do this, I was going to put the red and then have some of the gold bow there. Honestly, this was probably the hardest part of putting this whole thing together, was trying to figure out how to do the closure. So I'm going to take the gold strings and put them through, tie them in a knot, and then tie them in a little bow. And once I do that, that is the end of the project today. I had a lot of fun doing this, and this is the first time I've used this treat box, and I think I'm going to use it again for a couple of Christmas projects. So make sure that you head over to Marie's channel. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you again real soon for another video. Bye!